Haribol, guten Tag. Wie Sie schon wissen, das ist Dhananjay heißt. Und ich bin ein Lehrer von fremden Sprachen. Ich unterrichte Deutsch, Spanisch, Französisch, Russisch, Englisch und ein bisschen Japanisch und Chinesisch. Und das ist mein drittes Video. Und in meinem zweiten und ersten Video habe ich Ihnen unterrichtet über das Alphabet und über die Regeln von Sprachenphonetik. Und in diesem Video unterrichte ich Ihnen über Diphthongs von Deutsch. Hello, my name is Dhananjay, as you know, and ich wohne hier in Dehradun. Das liegt im Norden von Deutsch, Norden von Indien. That I live here in India, that lies to the north of India. And I am a foreign language teacher. I teach French, German, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, and English also. Well, in my this is my third video, and in my previous two videos I taught you about the alphabets in German and the rules related to the phonetic languages, phonetic based languages. And in this video I'm gonna teach you diphthongs of German, German diphthongs. So in my previous video I taught you the definition of diphthong, but for your remembrance I will tell you again. Diphthongs von Deutsch, that means the diphthongs of German, German diphthongs. Und es gibt eine Frage, there is a question, und das ist, wie heißt German diphthongs? Wie heißt German diphthongs? What do you mean by German diphthongs? Also, die Antwort von dieser Frage, das ist, the answer for this question is, diphthong is a particular sound. Was ist das? What is this? Particular sound, a special sound created by the combination of two or more vowels or consonants or vowel consonants. So when two or more vowels or consonants or vowel consonants together give rise to a particular sound, well, that particular sound is called as diphthong. And there are two types of languages, in the world. In my previous video I taught you phonetic based languages. What is it all about? You can refer to my previous video. Here, German is not a phonetic based language. German is a diphthong based language, and if you really want to pronounce German words the way they do, you will have to really go through German diphthongs, without which you will read German but in English style, with the English accent, because you know English. So please be careful. Okay, the first German diphthong is what? This is E and this is U. These two vowels, when come together, they create a special sound, and that is oi, oi. And to understand it better, let's take the help of the examples. N-A-U-N. Ich spreche auf Deutsch. I'm speaking in German. N-A-U-N. N-E-U-N. So this is na, eu, we have come to know it gives oi sound. So this is noi and this is na. All together it is neun. So how do they read it? Neun. Neun means 9. That's a number. E-U-R-O. So you know EU gives oi sound. And ro, oi, ro, oiro, euro. In English we say euro. To it Germans say euro. E-U-R-O-P-A, A-U-R-O-P-A. So this is oi, ro and pa. So oi, ro, pa. Europe. In English we say Europe. Aber auf Deutsch sagen wir Europa. But in German we say Europa. Okay. Second one is E-I. So these two vowels, when come together, they give rise to a sound I. So Beispiel, A, E and S. So you know E-I, it gives I sound, and this is N and this is S. All together it is eins. Eins, that means one. And that is why you read it eins and st and then again E-I, which will give I sound. So Stein, So altogether Einstein, because some people they pronounce it Einstein, so that's not the correct one. The correct one is Einstein, and you know Einstein, he was a great scientist of Germany. B-A-E, so this is B and E-I gives I sound, so altogether is by. By means with, by means in, so it depends upon its use, it gives different meanings. We'll study it later on. But mind it, the third one is I-E. If it is not E-I, if it is I-E, then its sound gets changed, and that is E. So E-I is I, but if it is I-E, just opposite to this, so it will be E, like S-P-E-A-L. So sp, I-E gives E sound, and L, altogether spiel. Spiel means game. L-E-A-B-A-N, so I-E gives E sound, so this is L and this is E and then Ben. Lieben, Lieben, Lieben means to love. Then this is Ba, B-A-E-S-P-E-A-L. So this is Ba, E-I gives I sound, and this is Spa, I-E gives E sound. Mind it, students they get confused here most of the time in the beginning. So this is Beispiel, E-I and I-E. Beispiel, Beispiel means example. Then we have the next one, that is C or C-H. It gives sometimes sh sound and sometimes h sound, and we want to know when does it give sh sound, when does it give h sound. So answer to that these questions is like when used after E, I, Y, A umlaut, O umlaut or U umlaut. So it will give sh sound. When used after the rest, I mean other than E, I, Y, A umlaut, O umlaut or U umlaut, then it will give h sound. To understand it better, take the help of the examples. I-C-H. I want to read it. So here it is coming, the CH is coming after I. I have already taught you, if it comes after I, then it will give sh sound. In German, I gives E sound. So altogether it is ich. Although in some parts people read it as ich also. But technically it is ich, which means I. B-U-C-H. Here this CH is coming after other than E, I, Y, A umlaut, O umlaut or U umlaut. Mind it, there is a difference between U and U umlaut. So here it is not umlaut. Therefore it will give k sound. So it is book. Book means book. But here B, U mit umlaut, C, H, A, L. Now here CH is coming after U umlaut. So it will give again sh sound. And in my last video I taught you, first video I taught you, U umlaut, it gives U sound. So it is ba and U. Bu, CH will give sh sound as per the rule, and A. Altogether, if you combine all the syllables together, it will come up like Bücher. Bücher is the plural of book. Now, B-U-C-H-S-T-A-B-E-A-R-A-N. So how do you read it? Buchstabieren. Buchstabieren, that means to spell. To spell. Zum Beispiel kann ich Ihnen fragen, buchstabieren Sie Ihren Namen. You just spell your name. Oh, Sie können mir sagen, zum Beispiel mein Name, das ist Dhananjay Dhondial. Und wie kann man Dhananjay Dhondial auch durchbuchstabieren? D-H-A-N-A-N-J-A-Y, D-H-O-U-N-D-I-A-Y-A-L. Dhananjay Dhondial. Wieso? Then we have F-R-A-N-K-R-A-E-C-H. And that's your job to tell me through comment box how will you read this. So that is, a question I have left for you to answer. And I know you will do it. Then we have the next one. D-S-C-H. These four consonants together give rise to a sound sh or a sh or ch. Sometimes some people read it as sh, some sh, ch. So don't get confused. Language keeps on changing with the change of I mean, the accent keeps on changing with the change of place. So we have to be with that. We have to be a bit flexible. We cannot, be rigid in learning a language. It's not mathematics or science where we have all, hard and fast rules all the time. So, D-A-U-T-S-C-H. So, day, it will give D sound. E-U, I have already taught you, it gives O sound. And T-S-C-H, altogether it will give sh sound or ch, ch. So, it is Deutsch. Or some people say Deutsch, some people say Deutsch. So, that same, which is German. The language which you are learning is actually German. So the Germans, they don't call German as German. They call it as Deutsch. It is English who call or who say German as German. Okay. Next one is S-C-H. S-C-H. It gives sh sound. Like S-C-H-U-L-E. So this is sh, this is U-L-E. Le. Schule. Schule means school. S-C-H-W-E-S-T-E-R. So this is Schwester. Altogether Schwester, which means sister. The next one is G. It gives G sound and K both. We want to know when does it give G sound, when does it K sound. Okay. Generally it gives G sound. But at the end, if it is used at the end of a word, then it gives K sound. Zum Beispiel G-E-B-U-R-S-T-R-G. So here we have what? G two times. So normally it will give G sound. But if it comes at the end, so it will give G sound. Here, see the rule. So how do you read it? Geburtstag. I have written for your convenience in Hindi also. Geburtstag. Geburtstag heißt birthday. Meine Geburtstag ist am 9. August. So my birthday is on 9th of August. G-A-N-U-G. Again, it is G and it is G. Genug. Genug. Genug means enough. Zum Beispiel kann ich sagen, das ist genug für heute. For example, I can say, das ist genug für heute. That is enough for today. Aber das ist nicht genug für heute. But that's not enough right now. I have a few things more to teach you. The next one is day. It gives D sound and T. When does it give D sound? When does it give T sound? The guidelines are here. Generally, it gives D sound. But at the end, it gives T sound. For example, zum Beispiel, D-A-S. So it will give D sound. In German, A is pronounced as A. So it is das. Das, it means this or that or the. We'll use it later on. So here it gives D sound, but here U and D. Here this D is coming at the end, and at the end it will give T sound. I told you here. So we'll read it und. T. That means and und. F R A U and D. So it is fra EU. I have taught you oi, and D at the end give T sound. So how do you read it? Freund. Freund heißt friend. Ich habe viele Freunde. Ich habe einen Freund. I have one friend. Then L-A-N-D. Land. D gives T sound. Land means country. The next is this set. The name of the letter is or alphabet is set, but it gives Tsa sound. Tsa. Like in Hindi we say Chikitsa. Chikitsalay. So this Tsa. Combination of Ta and Sha. So set W-A-E. So it is Tsa, Wa and E-I. I have already taught you. It gives I sounds all together. It is Soai. Soai means two. Set U-M-B-A-E-S-P-E-A-L. Zum Beispiel. Zum Beispiel means for example. So like in English, in short we write example like this. So in German we write set point B. So whenever I write like this, das heißt zum Beispiel. For example, S, it gives sa sound and z sound. When does it give sa sound? When does it give z sound? Generally it gives sa sound. But in the beginning, it gives z sound. Zum Beispiel, for example, S-E-A-B-A-N. So it is coming in the beginning. Sieben. Sieben means seven. S-O-N-D-A-R-N. Sondern. Because in the beginning, S gives Z sound. Sondern means but. This letter The name of this letter in German is Faul, but it gives fa sound, like Faul, E-A-L. So I have already taught you, it gives E sound. So this is fa and E, feel, feel. Feel means much or a lot. But if it is feel, if E is there at the end, so it is file, and file means many. So it is adjective of quantity and this is adjective of number. We will do this later on. And you must have heard this, Volkswagen. That's the famous, German car company. Volkswagen. So Volks means people, Wagen means car. So Volkswagen, people's car. That's the sense. And the last one is this. The name of the alphabet is epsilon or epsilon. It gives E sound, like A mit umlaut, G, Y, P, T, E, A, N. I have already taught you, A gives A sound, but when it has got umlaut over, then it gives A sound. And G gives G sound, Y gives E sound. So Egypt or IE gives E sound. I have already taught you it before. So Egyptian, Egyptian, or some people say Egyptian. Well, I told you some changes will be there, of course, with the change of region. Egyptian, that is Egypt. Also, das ist genug für heute und ich hoffe, dass Sie haben meinen Kurs gefühlt. Good. You must have found my class good, and if you have got any doubt, any query, you please ask me through comment box. I'll definitely answer to those questions. Well, machen wir Schluss. Auf Wiedersehen. See you. Thank you very much.